Hi guys, on 8C Reads I summarize books in under 10 minutes, so I cover all its key ideas and applications without wasting your time. I release a new video every week detailing a new book or concept. Next week I'm covering Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now for today's video, I'm looking at Fluency Made Easy by Ikenna D. Links to the actual book and Ikenna's channel are in the description if you want to check the original out. This book provides you with the FME method, which is a practical guide to language learning. The author Ikenna has learned 5 languages: Japanese, Russian, French, Dutch, and Mandarin within only 6 years. He claims that if the FME method is followed, it will lead to success 100% of the time, as it has for him. You will be fluent in your chosen language within only 6 to 12 months. At the end of the video, I'll provide a day-to-day timetable for you to follow, which you can then use to learn your own language. Now, this book starts off detailing Ikenna's personal experiences in learning languages and how initially he found it very difficult due to the variety of resources available. Your options are virtually unlimited. You can have textbooks, podcasts, and a huge number of apps that you can learn from. This book clears up all confusion regarding which resources to use, how long to use them for, and why we use them, so you don't waste any money on a $500 Duolingo membership or a $1,000 language course. It gives you a clear path on what to do, which I myself found really useful as I've gone back and forth from tons of different resources, and frankly I've learned very little until I actually read this book. It then moves on to the myths of learning languages. The first myth is that people think it's impossible and that they're not smart enough. Guys, this is completely false. Learning requires consistency and discipline, not genius. We all know one language fluently already, so learning another is not impossible. The second myth is how it takes too long. Languages similar to English, like Spanish and French, take only 6 months to learn. Languages of medium difficulty, like Hindi and Turkish, take 9 months. But those very different to English, like Mandarin and Arabic, can take 12 months. To be honest, a year or less for a whole new world to explore is not a lot of time. It's definitely worth it. The third is that it's too hard. We have seen when learning languages at school, nothing seems to stick. This is because we're learning in an unnatural way by memorizing vocab and grammar. We need to learn how babies learn, by hearing and constantly being surrounded by the language, and this is exactly what we're going to do. Now on to the actual FME method. This method consists of 3 stages: input, output, and refinement. Each stage is described in detail and is how you will learn the language yourself. Stage 1, the input stage. This stage lasts 3 to 9 months depending on the difficulty of the language. Our goal during this stage is to take in as much information as possible by 1. Learning new words, and 2. Listening to your chosen language. Our end goal is to be able to watch TV shows in our language without the use of subtitles. Now, we use 4 resources in the input stage. Resource 1, media. Listen or watch 1 hour of media in your chosen language every day. In the input stage, we watch with subtitles. This allows you to listen to the language the way it is spoken in reality, at the same speed, with local slang, and using local body language. Ikenna recommends highly rated shows with lots of general vocab. I myself found that romantic dramas are a great option, as you avoid specialized vocab and there's a lot of talking with not much action. While you watch the content, write down recurring words and use Anki or some other form of flashcards in order to memorize these words. Another form of media is music. Find songs you like in your chosen language using Spotify playlists or YouTube. Then choose your favorites and learn them by heart. Learn the meaning of each word. This way, you learn 100 words per song easily, and since they're in a song you like, they become very easy to remember. Resource 2, Pimsleur. This is an audio-based program where there's a conversation between 2 speakers. The app teaches you the components of the conversation over 30 minutes, so by the end, you're able to understand the entire conversation. We want to do 60 lessons of Pimsleur to get to an upper beginner level. Resource 3, Asimal. This is a textbook with audio components, so you listen to a conversation between 2 speakers and analyze the English translation. This is then followed by some written exercises. You want to complete all 100 lessons of the Asimal program for maximum effect. Resource 4, Glossica. This is the final step of the input stage. It's an online program and should take around 2 months to complete. You're exposed to a bunch of different sentences and advanced sentence structures. So once you've completed Pimsleur, Asimal, and Glossica and watched your media, you should understand the language and be able to watch local TV shows without much help and without usage of any subtitles. Stage 2, the output stage. This lasts 2 to 4 months depending on the difficulty of the language. Our goal during this stage is to speak as much as possible with native speakers. Our end goal is to have a very good understanding of the language, so we can say and listen to most things pretty easily. The first resource is once again listening and watching media for 1 hour a day, but this time we watch without subtitles as we should already have a good understanding of our language. The second and main resource to use is italki. This resource connects you with tutors and professionals in your chosen language so you can have real-life conversations with them. It's a great way to improve your speaking, pronunciation, and tone, as well as learning useful slang. After 2 to 4 months of using italki, you're going to reach conversational fluency. This means you'll understand most of what you hear, and you'll be able to say most of what you want to say pretty easily. Congratulations, guys! At this point, you will never forget your language. That's the coolest bit. Just refresh every now and then, but the language is yours to use forever. The last optional stage is refinement. Now this lasts forever, and it's where you explore the language, going from conversational fluency all the way to becoming an advanced speaker. You can use a variety of techniques here, including immersion in the language's country, so for example living in China if you want to learn Mandarin, using advanced textbooks, using italki even further, or even studying a degree in the language. The options are virtually limitless. Now the key chapter of this book for me is a timetable detailing what you should be doing on a daily basis, and easily the most useful part of the book. Having a schedule laid out can be priceless. Feel free to use this to guide your own language learning plan. Now for the costs. Pimsleur, Assimil, Glossika, and italki should all cost $300 to $600 USD, depending on how long the language is. Considering people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on courses for multiple years, constantly starting and stopping, I myself have done this, this is very good value. The breakdown of the costs is shown here. This all adds up to $600. However, if you use a language partner on italki who you help and who helps you, you can bring this down to an easy $300 as italki essentially becomes free. Alright guys, that's it for me. To end it, Ikenna says he spends 30 to 60 minutes daily and became fluent in 6 to 12 months, depending on the language of course. So people, the lesson to learn is, stay consistent and follow the plan. You'll be fluent before you know it. I hope this was useful to you guys in your language learning journey. If you've got any questions about the book or any other book summaries you'd like to see, feel free to comment. I'm covering Atomic Habits by James Clear next week, so check back into the channel for that if you want. And yeah, that's it guys, thanks for watching.